The pandemic put a spotlight on the need for mental health support. On top of losing loved ones and jobs, worrying about not being able to feed ourselves or our families only adds to the trauma. Food insecurity and inadequate nutrition are challenges that have only been heightened by the pandemic and can lead to overwhelming stress, anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder.
And that's why we've started the program called Strive for Five. I am a frontline worker, I'm an essential worker. I am the proud member of Brown Memorial Baptist Church located right here in Clinton Hills. The church is the epicenter of a lot of things that happen in the community. When we have tragic things that happen in our country, in our city, people come to the church. When I first heard about COVID, I thought, this can't be good. And as you watch the news, the numbers just kept climbing. When the doors closed, people were impacted. We had 20 deaths. I would end up getting text messages or calls saying this person passed away and this person passed away. So it became very emotional for me. And that's why we felt the need that although the doors of the church was closed, we were not closed to the people. Just because the people couldn't come here, that's when we said, well, we have to go to the people. Chef Michael Whitfield called me and said, we need to prepare to be able to offer food to people for free.
And there are so many people who were afraid, unsure, and uncertain about being outside, being in the public.
And when people were not able to come outside, and when people were not able to get food, that's mind-blowing. No one should have to live like that.
And so we decided to get together and prepare meals for these families and senior citizens to have.
It started out really simple. The goal was just to feed 500 people.
And we definitely are around mothers that are a part of low-income housing. And so their access to nutritious food is sometimes frugal.
And we realized that people wanted not only food, but they wanted good food.
And so just being able to raise the awareness of eating properly and how that affects you mentally, physically, it's amazing to raise that awareness, especially in the lives of young people.
And we put together a team of chefs who volunteered their time. And we put together a team of people who went out to do the shopping and then the prepping and preparing all of the food.
When we first heard about COVID, Chef Mike called me and he said to me, we need to help some of the people in our neighborhoods. And I said, no problem, I'll gladly help you, what do you need? And we just came together and we did what we had to do.
Although there was a lot of fear, we realized that this was gonna grow and grow and grow. I just kept reaching out and just kept asking people if they could donate their time, and they did. We are a very close-knit community, very close-knit family. I'm sorry. And we lost so many people.
I lost about 25 to 30 friends and some family members to COVID. Every day that you would wake up, your phone would ring and you would find out that another person was gone. It was devastating.
You know, it affected my mental health and it made me more grateful. And the way I looked at it was that God gave me the gift of life. So therefore, my gift back was to go out and serve his people.
Cooking the food for the people gave me the strength to go on.
And I think that's part of the drive that pushes me to do this every weekend for families.
The other thing that gave them hope is each one of those bags has a prayer note as well. The prayer card gives people encouragement. It lets them know that they are not alone and that there's somebody somewhere that's caring for them. And so what they were words of encouragement that had scriptures on them. And so many people called me or texted me and said, this scripture got me through today. This prayer note touched my heart.
Even before the pandemic pushed us into crisis, 1 in 10 Americans said they felt lonely or isolated all or most of the time. Those feelings can have serious consequences for our health, including sleeplessness and higher rates of anxiety, depression, and substance misuse.
We deliver pretty much all over Brooklyn. Anywhere there's a need, we take it to them.
So the need was deliveries. It was just like a no-brainer. You know, we have a car. It just seemed, it made sense. to do this kind of work. When the pandemic hit, you didn't really have time to prepare for it. So, psychologically, people have to grapple with the fact that not only am I not getting paid any money, the basic necessity that we often take for granted, which is food, was now not going to be available to us. And people need consistency and stability in order for their mental health to really flourish. You've got to have it. Good morning, Ms. Atkins. This is Linnell and Frank. We are on our way to deliver your meals to you.
How you doing, Ms. Atkins? How's everything? Okay, thank you.
It did give a lot of people hope because for some of our seniors, we were the only faces that people saw.
So I know for me, and Frank can definitely echo, that moment, that first moment when we were able to see some of our church members that we hadn't seen in months and know that they were okay just meant so much.
To see the smiles on people's faces, it's an unforgettable experience.
And that in itself made us just keep going and just keep going, because I'm gonna be honest, there were days when we were exhausted, but I enjoyed every single moment of it. And if I had to do it again, I would do it all over again.
Sometimes, a crisis reminds us that the most important support we have is one another. Congregations are symbols of hope, a place to share joy and grief, and find spiritual support. In this time, our faith communities are creating networks to keep people connected, be of service to each other, and share resources for mental health help and physical recovery.
And I'm sorry you can't see us smile.
Thank you.